Today, we're going to break down a really important topic, the T non-immigrant status. You probably know it as the T visa. It's a critical lifeline for victims of human trafficking, and we're going to walk through how it all works. Let's dive in. Okay, first things first, we have to get on the same page about what we're actually talking about. The whole system is built around this legal term, a severe form of trafficking in persons. Now, this isn't some vague idea. It very specifically means either sex or labor trafficking that involves force, fraud, or coercion. Understanding this precise definition is the absolute key to everything that follows. All right, so here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the why, the whole purpose behind the T visa. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty with the 4 pillars of eligibility. After that, we'll look at how to actually build an application, what life looks like after approval, and most importantly, where to find help. So let's kick things off with Section 1, a lifeline for victims. You see, the T visa isn't just another immigration form. It was created with a very specific dual purpose. On one hand, it's about giving victims safety and stability, letting them stay in the U.S. and start to rebuild. On the other, it helps law enforcement by encouraging victims to come forward and help bring traffickers to justice. Now, before we go any further, I have to pause for a really important disclaimer. What we're talking about here is just general information. This is absolutely not legal advice. Immigration law is incredibly complicated, so talking to a qualified attorney is essential. And remember, at the end of the day, only USCIS can make the final call on an application. All right, on to Section 2, which is really the heart of the matter. We're calling this the 4 pillars of eligibility because, well, that's what they are. There are 4 fundamental things that every single applicant has to prove to qualify. So that leads to the big question, right? What exactly are these main requirements? What does a person actually need to show to be considered for T status? And here they are, the 4 pillars. First, you have to be a victim of that very specific legal definition of trafficking we just talked about. Second, you have to be in the U.S. because of that trafficking. Third, and we're going to dig into this one, you've got to cooperate with law enforcement. And fourth, you have to show that you'd face extreme hardship if you had to leave the country. Let's zoom in on that third pillar, cooperation. This is a big one. It means you need to help law enforcement agencies, whether they're federal, state, or local, with their investigation or prosecution of the crime. But, what if someone is just too young or too traumatized to do that? And this is where the law shows some incredible compassion. This whole cooperation requirement can actually be waived. It might not apply if you were under 18 when the trafficking happened, or if you're dealing with physical or psychological trauma that makes it impossible to help. That's a really crucial recognition of what victims go through. Okay, Section 3, building your application. So let's say you've looked at those 4 pillars and it seems like there might be a case. How do you actually put it all together? Let's get practical and look at the forms and the evidence you need. The whole process really boils down to these 5 main steps. You start by gathering every piece of credible evidence you can find. Then you've got to fill out the main form, the I-914, and some others. A huge part of this is writing a detailed personal statement. Now, getting a declaration from law enforcement is technically optional, but man, it can really help. And finally, you package it all up and file it with USCIS. Speaking of forms, here are the main ones you'll see. The I-914 is the big one, the main application. Supplement A is for family members who might also be eligible. Supplement B is that law enforcement declaration we just mentioned, which is really strong evidence. Then you have the I-765 for a work permit and the I-192, which is a waiver for certain issues that might otherwise block someone from being admitted. Now, this right here is maybe the single most important thing to understand about the whole process. USCIS uses what's called an any credible evidence standard. This is huge. It's the system acknowledging that, hey, people who've been trafficked probably don't have pay stubs or formal contracts. It means personal stories, witness accounts, and other types of proof can be considered. This opens the door for so many who would have no other way to prove what happened to them. So you might see this number pop up, 5,000, and think it's a huge problem. This is the official cap on how many T visas can be given out to principal applicants each year. But here's the surprising twist. According to official sources, that cap has never actually been reached. Not once. So while there is a limit on the books, in the real world, it just hasn't been a barrier for people who are eligible. So after going through that incredibly difficult process, what happens when someone actually gets approved? Let's move on to Section 4, Life After Approval, and talk about the benefits and what the future can look like. An approved T visa brings immediate life-changing benefits. We're talking about the ability to live and work legally in the US for up to 4 years. And you can even get extensions. You get a work permit. You get access to certain federal and state benefits, kind of like refugees do, to help you get back on your feet. And maybe most important of all, it provides a foundation of safety and stability that's been missing for a long, long time. And the T visa is more than just a temporary safe harbor. It's actually a bridge to a permanent future here. After you've had T status for at least 3 years, you may become eligible to apply for a green card, which is lawful permanent residency. All right, let's wrap up with our final section, where to find help. Because knowing all this information is great, but knowing where to turn is absolutely essential for anyone who needs to navigate this. The best place to start is always with the official sources. The USCIS website is your friend for forms, instructions, and the official policy manual. But beyond that, accredited nonprofit organizations and, of course, experienced immigration attorneys who really specialize in this area are just invaluable. But if you or someone you know needs help right now, if you just need a starting point, this number on your screen is it. The National Human Trafficking Hotline can give you immediate help and refer you to legal services. It's the first step on what can be a very long road, but it's a road that can absolutely lead to safety and a brand new beginning.